We did a great job with the technology curriculum map this year. We began building skills in many different areas, and most of the skills that we built were very easy to define skills, such as creating a slide in a PowerPoint presentation, adding a formula to a spreadsheet, using the Paint tool in a drawing program. But now we have to get to the skills that are a little bit harder to define, and today we'll start thinking about communication skills. Before going further through this video, you may want to take a look at the link that I have to a PDF file that was put together with a Microsoft partnership, and it asks questions that help us determine how deep into this communication skill our students are. We will be able to use this skill flowchart as we begin building discrete skills for the curriculum map in communications when we return in October. But for now, what I'd like you to do is just think about the project that we saw that Catherine shared with us about creating a budget for traveling someplace on a trip. And we're going to see how we feel about the level of communication skills her students participated in. So first of all, thinking about the project, the students were required to work in pairs or groups, so that means they're already past skill level 1. If they were not required to work in pairs or groups, that would be a communication skill level 1. Since they were required to work in pairs or groups, we're going to follow that flow chart down. We're going to see if this project moved from level 2, where students are required to work in pairs or groups, and proceed on to level 3. In level 3, we want to know, did the students have shared responsibility? In this project, Catherine shared that the students did have shared responsibility. They all had to work together to decide what location they were going to choose for the project, and it involved working together to find different pieces of information about their trip. So this project is already at a level 3. The students are working in pairs and groups, and they had shared responsibilities, but now we need to know, did those students make substantive decisions together? And if you look at the handout, it gives some examples about what a substantive decision is. They have to interact with each other to arrive jointly at the decision, and you can watch the students sharing ideas, listening to each other, negotiating, and debating. And Catherine shared that that is exactly what was going on as the students were trying to decide where they were going to go and what choices they were making as far as the budget was concerned. We followed the arrow down because this was definitely so far a level 4 communication skills. They were working in pairs and groups, and they had shared responsibility, and they were making substantive decisions together. But the next question to see if this is the highest level of communication is the work product interdependent? In order for the work to be interdependent, it has to meet 3 conditions, and all 3. First, the product contains evidence of contributions from all students in the group, and Catherine, as the teacher, knew that every student was contributing to the final project. Each contribution is essential to the final product, and again, if one of Catherine's students did not contribute their work, it would not have been the same final product. The third piece of evidence to know how this shows an interdependent project is that the students have integrated their work into a coherent whole. When Catherine was at the afternoon meeting on May 21st, she showed one of the projects, and it was very clear to see that it was seamlessly integrated into a coherent whole. Any one piece that was missing would have made it an incomplete project, yet when it was all put together, the students gave a presentation that looked as if one person was providing the information. Looking at the level of communication, this was a highly skilled communications project. Now, that's totally different from the SAMR level. There was a lot of substitution in the project where they were substituting looking on the internet for looking in a book or mailing away for information. The students used a paper budget, but they could have used Google Docs to collaboratively input data into a spreadsheet and then use a summing feature to sum up the numbers. So that would take it to augmentation and modification. The project was created in PowerPoint, and again, it's more of a substitution for having something done on paper. But that doesn't take away from the fact that this was a huge high level of communication skills. Now, they could have upped the use of technology perhaps by modifying the project, where the students would have created a PowerPoint with hyperlinks, or perhaps, like I had mentioned, used a Google Docs to collaborate. They might have augmented it by making a video or turning the PowerPoint into a video. But this was an excellent project, and I am very grateful that she shared it with us. This information is just to begin to frame your thinking for when we get back together in October and begin building discrete skills within our K-2, 3-5, and 6-8 bands of grades for our technology curriculum map.